Hi my dear students. So in the plastic topic, today we are discussing about some properties of the plastic. Okay, so the first property of the plastic is non-reactive. Here non-reactive means when the plastics are treated with the air and water and some of the atmospheric condition, so plastic do not undergo any change, they do not show any change. So that's why the first property of the plastic is non-reactive. If you allow to air, allow to water, allow to atmospheric condition for several days, there is no change in the plastics. That's why it is a first property of the plastic, that is plastic is non-reactive. It is not react with any other atmospheric condition. Next property, plastics are lightweight, plastics are strong and durable. Just focus here. I will show some of the images of the plastic articles here. So bucket, stool, chair, containers, toothbrush, some of the other kitchen articles here. So these kitchen articles, some of the other articles, they are lightweight. The first property, that is lightweight, they having less weight. Okay. Second thing, strong. As we earlier in the class discussed, that is, so plastics are durable because they are tough. They cannot easily change their shape. They are thermosetting plastics. Okay, so the first property, lightweight. Second, strong. So due to the strongness, they can durable. That means it valuable for the several days. We can use those articles several days. Here I will give one example for lightweight. So just focus. In your home there are three types of the chairs. First one, metallic chairs. Second one, plastic chairs. Third one, wooden chairs. Okay, so just compare the weights of three types of the plastic here. I think metals are more weight, wooden chairs are also having a weight, but plastic chairs having less weight. Okay, by this one example we can clear that. So plastics are having lightweight, they are strong and they are durable. Okay. So next property, there is an important property. So conduction of heat here, the conduction of heat and electricity. Here plastics are the poor, they are not conducting as much as our metals. Plastics are poor conductors of heat and electricity. For this I will give you an example. For heat I will give you one example here. Just focus. It is a diagram of Prestige cooker and some other cookers. Okay, just observe here, these handles are made up of thermosetting plastics. Why they are using thermosetting plastics? Here the body is covered by the metal, it is metal. When the metal reacts with heat, it allow heat, but here thermosetting plastics they do not conduct heat. That's why if you touch this portion of the cooker, then we will not feel heatness, because here they are using bad conductor or poor conductor of electricity, they are plastics. Okay, this is one example. For the electricity, we have another property, that is plastics are the poor conductor of electricity. Here I will show one example for you. Just observe here, there are some electric cables. Inside the electric cables we have a copper or aluminum wire, they conduct electricity. When we touch these copper wires, we can feel electric shock circuit, but on the surface of the copper or aluminum wires, they cover with plastic wire. You can see there are so many colors of the plastics are coated on the surface of the copper or aluminum? Because here these plastics are, they do not conduct electricity. That's why we will not feel electric shock. One example. So another example I will give you. Tester, electric tester are also made up of thermosetting plastics. These two are the good examples for poor conductors of heat and electricity. Now, so the special property of the plastic, it is also a demerit of the plastic, that is non-biodegradable. The most important thing is here biodegradable. Here what is biodegradable? By the action of microorganisms. So these plastics do not undergoing degradable thing or do not become a compost. That's why they will remain same in the environment. That's why plastics are said to be non-biodegradable. Just focus the diagrams here. If you throw in the plastic bottle some other plastic articles in the atmosphere, they do not undergo degradable with the help of microorganisms. They remain same in the atmosphere. This may causes pollution. So this may causes pollution. Now I will write the definition of what is non-biodegradable. Here non-biodegradable means a material gets not easily decomposed through natural process, that is by the action of bacteria. So this is the definition of non-biodegradable things. Here the plastic material, they are not easily decomposed. But here if you have an example of biodegradable, that is leaf, if you take an example of leaf, some other living organisms parts, they can easily decompose. Here the plastics are not easily decomposed with the help of or action of bacteria. That's why plastics are said to be non-biodegradable. They will remain same in the atmosphere and they will make the pollution here. Now we will move towards the next concept, that is what is biodegradable. Here a material get decomposed through natural process, that is by the action of bacteria. Here the articles which are decomposes with the help of action of bacteria, they are said to be biodegradable. I will write one or two examples here. Banana, second leaves, third cotton. So these are some of the examples of biodegradable. Here the peel of banana, the outer cover of the banana, they can easily biodegradable. That means they easily mix with the soil and it becomes a compost with the help of microorganisms. In the same way leaves and cotton similarly. Okay. So the best example for this, if you remain same for 10 days leaves in the surface of the earth, we can't see because they undergo decomposition. This is a best example for biodegradable things. Okay. Now there is a table. So we can see some of the biodegradable and non-biodegradable things. If they are biodegradable, how many days it will take for the decomposition. So we will see one by one. Here peels of the vegetables and fruits, left cover, then these types of the articles are parts of the plant. It will take 1 to 2 weeks for decomposition. That's why it is said to be biodegradable. Biodegradable. Second, paper. We will take newspaper, notebook paper, whatever it may be. It is prepared by the pulp of the tree. It is prepared by the pulp of the tree. It will decomposes. For that, it will take 10 to 30 days. That's why it is biodegradable. Next, cotton cloth. Cotton cloth, it will take 2 to 5 months for the decomposition or biodegradable thing by the microorganisms. That's why it is biodegradable. Wood. Wood is also a living part. It will take more time, that is 10 to 15 years to decompose completely, although it is said to be biodegradable. So next, woolen cloths. Woolen cloths, it is made by wool. Wool is also a byproduct of the living being. That's why it is also biodegradable, but it will take more time to decompose, that is 1 year, about 1 year. Next, tin, aluminium and other metallic cans. These are non-living things. That's why they are not undergo decomposition, or it will not decompose easily. It will take more than 100 to 500 years to decompose. That's why we will category tin, aluminium and other metallic cans into non-biodegradable. These are called non-biodegradable. The last thing, that is plastic articles, plastic bags, whatever it may be, it will not decompose in the nature by the microorganisms. That's why we will say them as non-biodegradable. So it will take several years, so many years to decompose. That's why plastics are all clearly, they are non-biodegradable. Then the last thing, what are the demerits of the plastics? So now I will write one by one here. The first demerit, it is non-biodegradable. That's why we will use less of the plastic. The second thing, not completely burn. The plastics are not completely burned, or if they are burned, then harmful gases are released. With the burning of the plastic, harmful gases are liberated. So these gases are injurious to health. So next, if you remain or if you leave those plastic articles in the nature, it may pollute environment, it may pollute water. If you burn those plastics, it may pollute air. Totally, pollution will take place by the plastic. Next, by the storage of the plastic, it is said to be a garbage. Next, disposal of the plastic is also disposal of the plastic. That means if you burn the plastic, it will make air pollution. If you throw it in the water, it will make water pollution. It will live on the land media, it may pollute environment. So disposal of the plastic is a major problem. Major problem. So here, these are the demerits of the plastics. I will once again I will pronounce here. Non-biodegradable is a plastic. It will burn, harmful gases are released, remain as it is in environment. That's why it may chances of the pollute. Next, garbage. Last one, disposal of the plastic is a major issue. Okay. So last thing. So what we can do for this harmful effects? So there are important 5 R's. You can just follow these 5 R's. The first R is refuse. That means refuse the use of the plastics. Second thing, reduce. Third one is reuse. The fourth one, repurpose. The last R is recycle. So these are the 5 R's. if you follow these 5 R's in your daily life cycle, then we can prevent these harmful effects. Okay, this completes our chapter plastics. I hope you can understand the topic plastic very easily. Okay, thank you. If you are a new student, just subscribe our channel to get all the videos and get the notifications of the video. Just subscribe the channel. Thank you.